Hello everyone, this is Tarun and today in this lecture we will be studying about the calculus part 3. In the previous lectures we have covered the calculus part 1 and part 2, so this is the part 3. So in this particular lecture we will be doing the integral portion which we have left. So the calculus part 3 start from here, integral portion. So indefinite integral, today we will be doing the indefinite integral. So the basic formula, substitution by parts, PQ form, that is denominator form, partial fraction. So this indefinite integral you can do this by using, you can say that NCRT, 12th class NCRT, that will be more than sufficient. So in this indefinite integration, this form, basic formula, substitution by parts, partial fraction, this will be done. Okay, so this is the basic simple integration. After that, if you do, you can say that summation of limits to the indefinite integration, then it becomes definite integral. So the properties of definite integral we have already discussed in our last video. So we will take a look about improper integral. So an integral, for example, there is f of x, we are integrating it with respect to dx and the limits are from a to b, and then it will be said to improper if the integration comes out to be infinity. If after doing that, if the integration comes out to be infinity, or number two statement I am saying if the limits are already given as infinite. Okay, so for example I am taking this example, the integrate this question 0 to infinite, this is the function which is given. So though the limits are infinite, after doing the integration you get the answer as 1 by 2. So it means we are getting a convergence answer, means we are getting a finite answer. Convergence we will be doing in the abstract algebra, convergence and all that thing. Okay, so now we will move ahead. So the double integration in the UPSC syllabus, that is mentioned is that evaluation technique of double integration, triple integration, and the surface area and the volume which we have to calculate. This much is given in the UPSC syllabus, evaluation technique only. So what is double integration? So in this, the function will be given in the form of x and y, and we are required to derive it, integrate it with respect to x and y at the same time with respect to x and y. So how we will do it? So we will do it by integrating this function with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, and after doing the integration with respect to x, then x will be, you can say, converted into a constant form, or it will be converted into a value that comes in the form of y, depends on the limits. If the limits are constant, then we will be getting a constant value. If the limits are in the form of y, then we will be getting the integration in the form of y. Okay. So now let's do a question. Evaluate the integration to x minus y square cos square x plus y dx dy, where this r is a rhombus with the successive vertex as pi, 0, 2 pi, 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 2 pi, and 0, pi. So you can say make this rhombus by using this point. You can make it. Now we have to see the equation of this rhombus. How to see? Now check out, this is the BC and this is AD, both are parallel. If we can calculate the equation of any one, and our work is done. Now again AB and CD, this is the AB and this is CD, both are parallel, so we can calculate the equation of any one because the slopes are equal, so equation will be equal, both are parallel. So now this I am calculating the equation of CD. How to calculate the equation of a line with 2 points we are having? So this point C we are known, and this point D is known. So how to calculate the value of a line, straight line? By using the formula y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So just do the simple, you can say, calculation. You just put the values in the formula and get the answer. So what you get is x minus y minus pi equals to 0. So neglect this constant part, neglect this pi. So what you get? X minus y. So assume this x minus y equals to v. Now you assume this as v and assume this as u, bc. Okay, assume this as bc. So what we are actually doing? We are doing the transformation. How we are doing? You will see. This is u, this is v. So equation of BC you can calculate is very simple. Again, neglect that constant part. What you get, x plus y equals to u. Now you are having u equals to x plus y, v equals to x minus y. Use the Jacobian, which we have studied in the last lecture. How to use? Just put these values in this determinant form: del u upon del x into del u upon del y, del v upon del x, and del v upon del y. Just calculate the determinant, put the value, you get this equals to minus 2. So what it is? It is del Jacobian u comma v divided by x comma y. This is in the form of this, but we are required to calculate in the form of x comma y divided by u comma y. So it comes out to be reciprocal of this, that is minus 1 by 2. So what we have studied in this, just calculate the equations of this line and this line, put into the Jacobian. What you get? You get this 1 minus 1 by 2. After that, this form, because our question is given in this form, f of x comma y with respect to x and dy, we have to integrate. So we can convert into this form, or we can transform this x and y into the uv form. That is called Jacobian transformation, or simple transformation. When you transform, you just change the x and y in the form of u and v, and put and multiply that with Jacobian, that is the determinant, and integrate it with respect to u and v. When you put u and v in this form, what you get? V square cos square into 1 by 2 into dv. This is Jacobian, this is dv. So what is this v square and cos square? This is x minus y, this is x minus y. X minus y is v, and x plus y is equal to u. So this is cos square u, and this is v square. So it becomes u square cos u. Okay, now we are having u equal to this and v equal to this at the point A, B, C, D. This is the portion which we have done in the A, B, C, D. These are the points of this rhombus. So correspond to that, we can calculate the value of u and v when we put the value of x and y. You just put the value of x and put the value of y. Calculate the values of this equation. You get this. Okay. So why we are doing? We are doing this for the limits. When you get, just draw this diagram. You get u will be varying from this line to this line, and v from this line to this line. So v is varying from minus pi to pi, and u is varying from pi to 3 pi. So this is u, this is the limits of v, and this is the limits of u. So just do the simple integration. You can see here, and just integrate it and get your answer. Next question, in 2014 for 15 marks. Using the transformation x plus y equals to u and y equals to uv, evaluate the integral xy into 1 minus x minus y raised to the power 1 by 2 dx taken over the area enclosed by the straight line x equals to 0, x equals to y equals to 0, and x plus y equals to 1. So it becomes a triangle, because x plus y equal to 1. So it becomes this: y is equals to uv, and x plus y equals to u. So when you put with the value of u, value of y, that is equals to uv in this form, what you get? You get is x equals to u minus y, that is y u minus uv. When you take u as common, it becomes u into 1 minus v. So we are having the value of x in the terms of u and y in the terms of uv. So uv we are having, uv you are having, we are having. So just put the value of x and y and get the value in the terms of u and v for the limits. When you do that, you will be getting this square box, that is 0, this square box. Coordinates, you know, this is 0 0, this is 1 0, this is 1 1, and this is 0 comma 1. Using the Jacobian, same Jacobians, because in this we are having in the form of x and y. So just do the simple Jacobian, simple differentiation, and after that just do the cross multiplication to get the determinant. You get Jacobian as u. So this is the form xy 1 minus x minus y raised to the power 1 by 2 dx into dy. So dx dy will be replaced by Jacobian into du dv. So Jacobian is u, and that is du dv. So put the x as u into 1 minus v, y is uv, 1 as it is, x minus, taking minus common, x plus y, that is u. So just separate these two and solve this. How to solve? Just put 1 minus u equals to t, and after that, so that it will become u equals to 1 minus t. So you are having u, and then you can do the u square. You are having u, and then you can square it, squaring both sides. What you get? 1 minus t square into root t. So just open the square and multiply with root 2. After that you get a very simple equation, and just do that integration of that simple equation. Now in this portion, this is v minus v square under root, so you have to make it the complete square so that you can use the identity. Okay, so just to do the simple integration, you will get this. Next question, evaluate this under the root mod of 1 y minus x square dx dy, where the limits are, where the region is -1 to 1 and 0 to 2. So this is the limits of x and this is the limits of y. First it is understood that the limits of x will be given and y will be given. So this is the limits of x and this is the limit of y. So how to calculate such type of integration where the modulus is given? So the procedure is just put the value equals to 0. Which value? The value which is inside the modulus. What is inside the modulus here? Here it is y minus x square. So put y minus x square equals to 0. What you get? Y equals to x square. So the value is -1 to 1, 0 to 2, modulus 1 y minus x square under the root dx into dy. So there is a break of limits at y equals to x square. So the limits will be from 0 to x square and x square to 2. So during this value, the value of this modulus will be negative. Okay, you can check. The value of modulus will be negative from 0 to x square, and from x square to 2 it will be positive. That is as it is. So this become this, and when you multiply this, it become this, and this is same. So this is a simple equation. The x square minus y under the root dy, we are integrating with respect to y, so y will be as a linear equation. So you can do the integration by using the simple procedure. Y raised to the power, we are assuming y raised to the power 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2 by 3 by 2, y raised to the power 3 by 2. Okay, so now again just put the value of limits, you get this. If you do not understand, then you can always put into the comment box section. After that this become, we have reached up to this portion. It's very simple procedure, you can always solve. This is the odd portion, the limits will become 0. This is the even portion, so this becomes this. Now the point is how to do the integration of this function. So in this, you just put x equals to root 2 sin t, and subsequently change the limits of t as well. Do not forget to change the limits of t. Or many people do the problem, or you can say create problem, they write the same limits of t. These are not the limits of t, these are the limits of x. We have to change the limits also. Please do not forget to change the limits in the form of t. Okay, after that you can see the procedure. Pause the video, you can check it out. This is a simple procedure, simple integration, simple calculation. After that, solving this, you will get this is your answer. Okay, so in 2013, for the question of 20 marks was asked. This is for the Lagrange's multiplier method, which we have discussed in the last lecture. So this question I have skipped, so this question we will be seeing here. So we are required to calculate the shortest distance between the line this and the ellipse this. So how to proceed? So f of x will be given, this is 2x minus, this is 2x minus y minus 2x plus y minus 10 plus lambda into the equation of ellipse. This is the equation of ellipse. So just do that differentiation with respect to x and with respect to y, and separate them out and put them equals to 0. After that, just multiply with respect to x and y respectively. Multiply this equation by x and multiply this equation by y, and after that just add these two equations. When you add these two equations, it will become 2x plus y plus taking 2 lambda constant common. So x square plus x square by 4 plus y square by 9, that comes out to be 0. So this is 10 and this is 2 lambda, this is again 1. So we are having the value of lambda equals to -5. When you put the value of lambda equals to -5, then you get the coordinates. X equals to, that is 4 by 5, and y equals to 9 by 10, that is 9 by 10. Okay, so when you are having the point, you are having the line, you can calculate the distance. that is 2x plus y minus 10 divided by the square of the coefficient 2 square plus 1 square under the root, that is root 5. So just put the coordinate x value and the y value. When you put the value of x and y, after doing simple calculation, you get this is your answer. Okay, very important question, this asked in 2013. xy, integrate xy with respect to dA. dA stands for the area, that is 2 dimension, where d is the region bounded by the line y equals to x minus this, and that is not the line, this is the parabola. This is not the line. Y square equals to 2x plus 6. So how to plot, first of all, how to plot such type of enclosed area, okay, in the 2 dimension. So this is the parabola, this is the straight line. So this is the straight line and this is the parabola. So parabola is taking 2 as a common. So what it becomes, 2 common, I am taking it, 2 I have taken common, that it becomes x plus 3. So I am rewriting it x minus 3. So it becomes, this is the x minus 3. So parabola will be like this. Okay, so it will be passing from minus 3 point. Okay, so now how our line will be passing? Our line will be passing from center or not? Tell me. No, it will not pass from the center. So from where it will pass? We will see. It will pass from some, it can pass from this point, it can pass from this, it can pass like this. So how we will determine? We will determine, first of all, just calculate the point of intersection between these two lines by equating these two equations. How to equate? Just put these two equations equal, you get x equals to 5 and x equals to minus 1. X equals to 5. So this is x equals to 5. So at this point, this is the point x equals to 5. This is the point of intersection, and x equals to minus 1. So this will be the point of intersection. So make this line like this. So this is the parabola, this will be the parabola, and this will be the, this is not passing from the origin, so this will be passing somewhere like this. Okay, so this is minus 1 and this portion will be 5. इंटीग्रेशन के अंदर सारा खेल लिमिट्स का है. इफ समवन इज वेरी, यू कैन से दैट, इंटेलिजेंट इन कैलकुलेटिंग द लिमिट्स, देन ही इज डन. ओके, now the limits integration portion we have done. xy we are having, dx dy we are having. Now the limits are very important. So the values of limits, that is x is vary from left to right. Left extreme point is minus 3, right extreme is 5. So the x will be vary from minus 3 to 5. Now the y from the bottom to top, the bottom portion is this and the top portion is this. So equation will be like this. So what is the value of y here? The value of y will be from this equation, because this is the line of a, because this is the equation of a straight line. So y is minus x minus y equals to x minus 1, and in the parabola the y equals to root under the root 2x plus 3. So the limits of y will vary from x minus 1 to root x 2x plus 6 and x from minus 3 to 5. So if after that it becomes very simple mathematics, just do the simple calculation and get your answer. Okay, so this question again repeated or not? No, I think repeated. So improper integration, x minus 1 and divided by 1 minus x under the root minus 1 to 1. So just do the simple, you can say that put the value x equals to cos 2 theta and change that value of x in the terms of theta, so that we can convert the value of x in the term of theta and the limits also in the terms of theta. So we are getting the limits in the form of pi by 2 to 0, and after doing just put the value, you can see what I have done. You can see the value, the answer will be pi. The next question, this is a very important question asked in 2012 for 20 marks. Compute the volume of the solid enclosed between the surface x square plus y square plus 9 and x square plus z square equals to 9. So in case of volume, the volume of a cube consists of, we can say, 3 dimensions, that is breadth, length and height. So there will be 3 dimensions, like x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. If I have to calculate the volume, then I have to multiply all the three dimensions, that is length, breadth and height. So in the same, I have to multiply the same three different dimension, that is x, y, z, to calculate the volume. So z I am having dx dy. If I am multiplying these three, then I am calculating the volume only. Okay, so in this type of question, wherever you find the volume, so you just write z into dx dy. You are integrating with respect to dx, and you are calculating the integration of z with respect to dx and dy. So now the point is limits. Limit कहाँ से निकालें? अब for the limits, you just calculate from the other portion which is given, like in this question, x square plus y square plus z square equals to 9. So you are having the value of z square, that is 9 minus x square, that is under the root 9 minus x square under the root dy dx. Now from the other equation, whichever is given, x square plus y square equal to 9, you can calculate the value of y, that is 9 minus x square, under the root. Okay, and again just put the value of y equals to 0, calculate the value of x, that is from x square equals to 9, then x will be from 0 to 3. I am taking the first octant. So you just I think you know when a solid sphere, or you can say surface, mainly sphere, when it is placed in the origin of a 3 dimension, then it will break into the 8 portion. So I am calculating the integration of one portion, and I am multiplying that portion with 8, so that I can calculate the complete volume. Okay, so it becomes very simple integration. Just to put the integration and put the limits, you will get this, and after that you get this. You can verify your answers. I already solved. Okay, now the next question for the 20 marks in 2011. Find the volume of a solid that lies under the paraboloids z equal to this. Here again z is given above the xy plane, and above the xy plane means we are not required to calculate in the fourth quadrant, we are required to calculate in the first quadrant only, because in the xy plane, this is xy plane, above, this is the below portion, this is the above portion. So we will be calculating in the above portion, so there will be no double, only single. So we will be z of dz and dy into dx. Okay, so this limits z we are having. The value of z is given as x square plus y square into dy into dx. Now whenever you get anything, or you can say any statement in the form of this circles equation, then it's better to proceed further in terms of polar coordinates. So for the polar coordinates, replace x by r cos theta and y by r sin theta, and the value of theta will vary from 0 to pi by 2. And when you put the value of x and r in this form, what you get? You will be getting your r in the form of 2 cos theta, because this r square taking common, that is sin square plus cos square equal to 1 into 2r sin theta. So r will vary from 2 cos theta. The limits of r is varying from 0 to 2 cos theta, and theta will vary from 0 to pi by 2. Why I am multiplying it by 2? Because we have to calculate the volume inside the cylinder, and in the cylinder there will be 2 circles, one is above and one at below. So we have to calculate a complete integration, complete volume. So that's why we are multiplying it by 2. After doing that, it becomes very simple integration. Do the integration, get your answer. So in integration, the main point is, if we have calculated the limits, then we are done. Again, for the 20 marks in 2010, let D be the region determined by the inequalities x greater than 0, y greater than 0, z less than 8 but greater than x square plus y square. Compute 2x dx dy dz. So here 2x is given, so we can calculate the value of x from this equation. What is the value of x? Take it x as it is. Dz, limits of z are varying from x square plus y square up to 8, so it will be varying from this point. And y, so I am assuming z as 8, maximum value of z is 8, so the value of y will vary from 8 minus x square. And x, when put the, for calculating the value of x, put y equal to 0. मतलब हर एक के when you have calculated the one value, after that just put the value of that value which we have calculated as 0. जैसे कि यहाँ पे हमने z की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट कर ली. अब आफ्टर दैट हमें y की वैल्यू चाहिए है. अब y की वैल्यू वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड, दैट इज 1 minus 8 minus x square. Now put the value of y as 0. When you put y equal to 0, then it becomes x square, that is x square equal to z. X square equal to z. X square equal to z, that is nothing, it is 8. So x becomes 2 root 2. X becomes 2 root 2. This is x. X becomes 2 root 2. Okay, after doing that, just put the value of that, you get this. Now it becomes the double integration, that is dx and dy. When you get dx and dy and you are getting this x square plus y square, so it's better to move in the polar coordinates. For that, just replace x by r cos theta and y by r sin theta, and change the limits by from 0 to pi by 2, and x plus y square is equal to 8. So it becomes why I have put this value, because x square plus y square equals to z square. X square plus y square is equals to z square. I am taking it because it is given, that is equal to z. So z is equal to 8. So x is r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Put this value, you get r equals to 2 root 2. So the value of root, you can say that theta is vary from 0 to pi by 2, and the value of r is varying from 0 to 2 root 2. So this is 2x, that is 2 r cos theta, and this is the given equation, and this is the replacement of x and y by r dr d theta. After doing that, just separate these two and calculate the individual integration. After doing that, just put the limits, you get your answer at this 512 root 2 divided by 15. Again, in 2009 for 20 marks, I equals to x dy dz dz dx plus x z square dx dy. S is the outer side of the part of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square in the first octant. Here mind it, in the first octant. We have already discussed that it will become a octant, means 8 part honge, but we are required to calculate only the first portion. Only one integration we have to do. So this is the, I am assuming this is as I1, this is as I2, this is as I2, this is as I3, and this I1 will become x dy dz and x plus y square plus 1 equal to this. So it becomes x will become 1 minus y square minus z square. Okay, so just put this value over here, because we are integrating it with respect to y and z. So we are in the yz plane. So in the yz plane, this x will become 0. So what we will be having, y square plus z square equal to 1. So we can calculate the value of z in terms of y, that is 1 minus y square. Again put this z is 0, so that we can calculate the value of y, that is from 0 to 1. So y is 0 from 0 to 1, and z is from 0 to 1 minus y square under the root. So just put this in just solve this integration and get your answer as pi by 6. Now again I2 you can calculate by this. Again we are in the dz xz plane. xz plane के अंदर y की वैल्यू 0, y की वैल्यू 0 पुट कर दो. when y is 0, this y is 0, we are having x square plus y square equal to 1, that is x square plus y square equal to x square plus z square equal to 1. Calculate the value of z, that is 1 minus x square in the under root, and x from 0 to 1. Just put the limits, get your answer. Again we are having the y plane, the value of z will be 0. So z is this, so put the value of z square. I think I have made a mistake. I think yes, I have made a mistake. This is z square, so no need of doing this square, no need of taking it under the root. This will be square, z square will be this, so there will be no, you can say that square root. So after that I think you understand the procedure. That will become x into 1 minus x square into y square. Just replace this x in the form of polar coordinate, that is x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta, so that r will vary from 0 to 1 and so on. So it will become r cos theta into 1, there will be no under root, it will become 1 minus r into r, so it will become r into r square, isn't it? So it will become, yeah, it will be r square minus r raised to power 4. There will be no this, it will become r square minus r raised to the power 4 into cos theta. It will become 0 to pi by 2. it will become 1, and r square will become r by 3, and r raised to the power 5, 4 will become r by 4, 5 by 5. The limits are varying from 0 to 1. Put the limits, you get this. So we have calculated the individual parts I1, I2, I3. When we add these three independent parts, so we get our complete I. Right. So that's all for this complete lecture. I think we have covered this calculus portion complete. So if you are having still any doubt, you can always put your doubts in the comment box section, and please do not forget to like this video if you really like this. And also you can also subscribe to our channel for getting the emails, or you can say updates regarding the uploading of the new lectures directly into your email accounts. So that's all for this lecture. Thank you for watching it.